Seems like a pack of goblins swarmed the Owlbear.
She deserves better than that.
Owlbear egg. These are supposed to be worth a fortune.
assume nothing.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction.
Step carefully.
The wizard was a useful find.
My faith will guide me.
Never a dull moment.
No time to dally.
What to do? What's that?
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
I've got a long road ahead.
Patience breeds madness.
I've a lot on my mind and, well, in it.
Let's get on with it.
All right. What now?
Better than nothing.
Have you given any more thought to the retrieval of that Githyanki egg? Oh, you wonder... Hold on. It looks different to what I expected. Are you sure that's a Gith egg? What the Society doesn't know won't hurt it. And we're left handsomely legacied either way. I rather like this plan. You have yourself an accord. Here's your payment. I'd hope it's enough to warrant your discretion, too. Thank you so much. Do be sure to pop into the lodge, should you ever... I should hope so. When adventure calls, I am always thoroughly prepared. Take a look. Now.
Someone there? Let's keep to the shadows. To the shadows.
Can't give up now.
Approach the ferry in Lathander's grace. May his gaze shine upon you, pilgrim.
Whatever comes, I'm ready. Looks like a trap there. A long way to go still.
Let's get going.
I've got nothing left to take, so you might as well shove off.
Steal? Eagles are bigger. They just take. Nest, prey, everything. That's how it works here.
It's not bloody fair. I got there first. The Eagles don't even need it. Not on top of the monastery.
Oh, it's not even like the eagles need my nest. The drunk lizards they eat aren't hard to catch.
While quite vague, drunk lizards could well point to kobolds, who tend to operate in packs.
Eagles can be killed. Incredible. I'm sorry. When I escaped the eagles, I spotted some. Bet these eagle calls.
A visitor. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi. The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep? Truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power? You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omeluum!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No ceremorphosis. That's impossible, but intriguing. Are you looking to have it extracted?
Gaich, your head will make a fine trophy for my queen.
Please hold. I understand your rage against my kin. One of my brethren forced a tadpole into your eye. Or ear, perhaps? But I assure you, I stand with the Society of Brilliance, not the colonies of my people.
Fool! They infest your head and invade your dreams, and still you would parley.
I ask only that you refrain from violence. I respect that your opinion of my kind may be charged. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis? Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
As Omeluum's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive. Awake. Almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis. I can only theorize, but I suspect your transformation would be both agonizing and instantaneous.
I thought it was always agonizing, Omeluum.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point. No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
Death. It means you would have to die first to extract the tadpole.
But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination. A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion. Of course, but I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind. A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timisk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timisks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mystra as a cleric. She is quite fond of her garden. Lenore has always been a lonely sort. Nature was her only companion. I offered her the chance to join the society, but she refused. Her experiments on Susa bark took priority.
May your travels be safe and swift. I have never seen anything like it, though. Is my species evolving?
Still alive, so that's progress. No one's stopped me yet.
Enough sitting around. Let's go hurt someone.
How is your more personal research progressing?
Not well. The nutrition my species receives from other minds is difficult to emulate.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd have preferred to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly. The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside. I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time. And by that, I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture. We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost. Splendid. As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need. Thank you. Oh, that hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters. Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour. Not just yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told. My lord, I... Go ahead. I'm listening. That is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite... The magic isn't having the effect, it merely drizzles. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, thank you for the artifact. How can I help? How can I help? Your enterprise... I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer. We all have our burdens, one way or the other. There's room for adventure, but no...
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki's silver sword.
So, Gale just consumes magical items like I do wine. We truly are a group apart. Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me.
I've known people who are hungry for power, but I wonder how he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. I guess I'll spend my... It sounds awful.
What's on your mind? With ready and willing.
No time to rest.
The air is ripe with magic.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Wizard's Tower? But as this wizard's not home, I say we take a peek.
Magical lights. But how to turn them on?
Oh. That hit the spot. I can feel it work.
The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Oh, it's not so bad once you get... Sincerely, though. I understand... My lord? It is somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger... merely drizzled. I'm not certain what's... Thank you for the art. Tell me, Lae'Zel, what is it like on the astral plane? Home realm intrigues me.
They lay their eggs on other planes. I obtain my clear set. Enough. Now, forward.
Looks like some kind of magical contraption. Now to get it to work.
interest in the astral plane.
Time. Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
Maybe I need more pockets. Seems like the owner was quite the literary type.
You've a particular way with words.
They're not mutually exclusive. The weave is served best with a dash of eloquence.
Seem to know a good deal about our condition, Gale.
Everything, really. Not to put too fine a point on it.
A humble specimen, aren't you?
On occasion.
Lost in thought.
Assume nothing.
I am ready. There is work to do.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries? I observed the fight from a distance. Combat is not my field of expertise, but the Myconids handled themselves well enough. I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking. Very well. I have...
Charmed, I'm sure.
Personal research progressing.
Not well. The nutrition my species receives from other minds is difficult to emulate.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I greet you, child of the sun. How has your search for the mushrooms fared? In the beginning, I had an arrangement with a lich. Excellent company, despite what one would expect. I required brains, he required souls. A perfect symbiosis. But our ambitions eventually splintered. I wished to better the world, and he preferred its rot. So I left his company. And thus I now feed from those who act against the Society's goals. Perhaps the peoples of the Underdark will be less inclined to violence if they comprehend the cost, yes? These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draught. I can make no promises as to its taste. It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Omeluum watches you with cautious intensity. It expects doubt. It expects fear.
Only in that you may be a danger to yourself. What the potion may make you see or feel, I cannot determine. But unless you are already a step from death, it will not kill you.
The acidic liquid tightens your throat, burning on the way down. It's a bolt of agony straight to your stomach.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber. Sparks and colors dance around Omeluum, but you stay steady and staring ahead. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it means to hollow out your skull. blades lose their edge. You are stalwart, turning that tide of fear against itself. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling. You have my deepest apologies. The lava did not care for my intentions. Indeed. Although I may have another solution, albeit a temporary one. I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn? A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me? I am afraid you have not offered any information. I do because removal, and I must admit, I was curious to study the tadpole myself. My research is in perpetual need of funding. Yes, I am willing to accept your coin. If you wish to acquire...
Have you spoken with Skris lately?
Yes, she is catalogued. You return. Have you changed your mind about the ring? What shall you offer in exchange? My research is in perpetual need of funding. Yes, I am willing to accept your coin. May it serve you?
That could mean any number of things.
Of course, the lava remains. Anything like it, though? Is my species evolving?
How is your more personal research progressing?
Not well. The nutrition my species receives from other minds is difficult to emulate.
No sign of tentacles, so
The same. There's a knot of worry in my stomach that's in no rush to go away.
that I can relate to. Road to Baldur's Gate is a long one. Who knows how long it'll take these folks to get there on foot.
If they make it. They're slow, vulnerable. Half or more will die long before Basilisk Gate.
Doesn't seem to trouble you a jot.
What good would it do for me to be troubled? We can't save them all.
Best keep your hands to yourself.
Finally, we'll be rid of the Outlander's infernal stench. The last prayer will be spoken, and the rite will conclude. When the coming army swarms, the brambles will keep us safe. I suppose you want thanks. I'm sure the tieflings have plenty. Blacket's will be done.
Pick to fight. The consequence.
These things have stayed interesting.
The corpse jerks and gasps lifelessly.
Halsin, first druid, captured. Goblins, drow, killed. Altered, arrested. Unnatural magic. Someone controls the parasites. Controls the cultists. Unknown. Powerful magic. Moonrise towers.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions. Seems willing to speak.
With a flick of the wrist?
Wondering about your queen, Blackith. What tales of her reach us are terrifying. I suppose that's not how you would describe her.
Blackith is unity. Fear and beauty. Life and unlife. Eyes like onyx. Teeth like daggers. There is none more perfect.
Sounds vile. I assume the...
Wish I had a bag of holding.
What did you mean before, Gale? A woman with shadows for eyes, you said.
Merely that if the eyes are the mirror to the soul, yours have dark patterns.
Master Halsin was a first druid.
No offense taken.
None of us can match him.
Not necessarily.
The grove suffers.
I haven't made up my mind about you.
We have no need of him. Not anymore.
You think so?
I know it.
You did this grove a great favour. And now...
I think it's high time you all left. Our sacred grove has sheltered you enough.
Within the inner sanctum, of course. It is not for us to fight your battles. I assure you, the...
I still can't believe Master Halsin is dead.
I can. He let in out die. Rushed off. He's made one mistake after the other.
What will we do without a first druid?
You seemed quite forward with your compliments earlier. We'd only just met.
Seize the day, I say. More now than ever.
Careful you don't pull a muscle in your haste.
King, what else do we need?
May Master Halsin rest in the deep forest.
The dog is unable to speak through the small
I don't know. All I know is I thought of you when I saw it.
Fate, spin. Dost thou require a new ally? Oh, that is where I was housed, yes. And thou needst not know why.
They've got...
What's on your mind? Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. I do not yet need to consume an item.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf. Endure an hour's worth of exposition to my presence, and you may well come to consider a different sort of honorific with which to chronicle the occasion. But until then, your sentiment is well received.
Yes. Be that as it may, you said you came all this way on my behalf, did you not? For what purpose?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it? And a great kindness that would be.
Oh, for the love of...
This way, then? To your camp. Oh, don't dawdle now, lad.
Oh, nigh on 13 centuries old, and he still thinks with his stomach. We'd best follow, and see if he's more disposed to speak plainly once it's stopped its grumbling. There go our best supplies.
Now, I hope you don't mind my having ingratiated myself into the most palatable graces of your provisions. You find me quite sated indeed. Yes, what a delightful wedge of old Arthurian that was. Doesn't do to parley on an empty stomach, you know. Makes one's words frivolous when they should be grave. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savoured so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster.
Right. You see, that is to say... Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mystra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
Oh, Mystra's delicate feet are ill-suited for the hardships of the road.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. And I trust you've told your fellow traveler here the nature of your ills.
I can't say that so far I've volunteered the entire truth.
Do you mean to say you've never bothered to disclose how dangerous you are?
Not in so many words. No.
Then you two have much to discuss after I'll have taken my leave. In short, Gale, through his own doing, has become a living explosive that could wipe from this world this very gathering, and much more besides. For his folly, Mystra forsook him. But now she has decreed he is to be given a chance of redemption.
Mystra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils. They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can. I doubt not your conviction, but Gale has an unnatural advantage.
The orb.
Precisely. That which renders him so dangerous is an orb of Netherese origin that is buried within his chest. And that, Gale, is how we arrive at the heart of my directive. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help, or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
Glad it's not just me.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute. And for your sacrifice, you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid.
Meine hastra mistraril Idalion Cross Annas
It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
On my honor, I'm not sure yet I can say the same.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too, and yet, even the waves of farewell.
Farewell, Elminster. Go ahead. I'm listening. Oh, you know me, never the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history. Ah. Then I expect he's told you at least some of my story. You have to know who I was. You have to know who I really am. What I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. Who from an early age could not only control the weave, but compose it. Much like a musician or a poet. Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. But even so, I decided, you see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. Though not, I think, my methods. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only to serve her better. But she only smiled and told me to be contented. But inconceivable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its sordid finale? Very well. Once, I'll save it. You almost... The magic, even the weave itself, could she restored the... What if? I thought. What if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? I don't discredit my reasoning. Alas, that my execution was rather less sound. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mystra to take me by the hand. I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. Here. Place your hand over my heart.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in. Into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And God says it ever hungry.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright. It was only the beginning. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest. And it needs to be fed. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, remains quiet. Were it ever to fully destabilize, however. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given my studies of Netherese magic, I'd say even a fragment as small as the one I carry It'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. Fortunately, this need no longer be a concern. Until I meet the heart of the Absolute, whatever that is.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
Audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days. Brave or stupid. I've proved myself the latter too many times where she's concerned. For Mystra to have sent him. The severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left. Of course, you offer the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the Absolute will be gone, and I along with it. I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, AO would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it. Possibly the most spectacular one ever conceived. But essentially, yes, I'm living on borrowed time, in more ways than one. Perhaps this is how it must be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the Absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating. Then I suppose there is nothing more to be done but find the heart of the Absolute and stop its beating.
shadow-cursed beast. It wouldn't have gone down without a fight.
Gored to death by the look of it.
No day, no night. It's as though time itself has abandoned this place. Similar to the astral plane in some ways. Wouldn't you say, Lae'Zel?
Hardly. The astral plane is threaded with light and silver, life-giving and wondrous
Pile of belongings, forsaken to the curse, so that their owners could escape with their lives.
probably make you prettier.
Hold there! One step closer and... True soul, forgive me. I did not see you in the dark. You have the look. You come to recognize it if you spend enough time around the Absolute's lieutenants. Besides, I cannot think who else will be walking these shadows. Speak to me if you want to get moving. Until then, welcome to the most cursed place in Faerun.
I missed the camp. It's too quiet out here.
What's that? Oh, hugs and kisses when we get back to Moonrise then, yeah? Get out of here! Scram!
I wish he'd bloody well hurry up then.
Piss off! Can we get moving? Nab these boots from a gnome and then...
True soul. Did you bring the lyre? We were told to expect a true soul. That Night Warden Minthara would send someone with her lyre to summon a guide through the darkness. I admit, I'm surprised a true soul does not know this. Where are you headed, exactly? I fear neither of us are traveling, then. The darkness here is Of course, you are free to take your chances if you wish. But I will be waiting here for the Night Warden's lyre. Minthara always carried it on her person.
Unless someone swiped it. What? Planning to sing instead?
Your blood runs quicker, feeding the gnawing absence at the center of your mind. Your silent greeting hangs in the air a moment, unanswered. Then, from the dark...
Yes, I hear them, Your Majesty, calling us.
I'll be damned.
The Weaver's servant, abhorrent and captivating.
Greetings, in the Absolute's name. You have been charged with guiding us.
No flesh for you, my queen. But who are they?
Best introduce yourself. Perhaps you'll listen to a true soul.
And you? What are you?
More faithful of the Absolute. They need a guide to the Tower, same as us.
Your minds connect, and you hear a whispered voice. The Absolute. Or just the echoes of his fractured mind reverberating in the dark.
A true soul. You have more worshippers every day, Majesty. Yes. We have our queen's favor.
And her magic lamp.
And they are jealous of your gift, Majesty. But you gave it to us, and we always keep it. No! If they wish to walk through the darkness alone, they are welcome to.
Oh, here.
No! What are they doing?
Don't worry, we didn't need that in any way.
No, no! We do not toy with the dark! We do not feed the shadows! Peace! Stop it!
We do not toy with the dark.
Do they understand?
We understand. Now we need to go.
Bloody right we do.
Yes, yes. We shall go. Your light. Bless us again, Majesty. Shine your light. Protect us. Come. Follow and stay close. Do not leave the light. Do not feed the shadows.
You heard him. Move out!
They should stay closer, my queen. They should stay in the light. Unless they want to become shadows. Return to the light. Do not stray. They must keep up. The shadows are hungry.
Ain't all got 10 legs.
Looks like an ambush. Patience, Majesty, Hubert. Wait. Something's wrong, Majesty.
Who's there? Show yourself!
Harper's attack! Kill the cultists and get that lantern!
Heretics! Villains in the dark!
These Harpers are clearly enemies of the Absolute. They could be worthwhile allies. But defend the guide and you may preserve your cover as a true soul.
Kill them! Turn the heathens to pieces! Drive them into the dark! Not let them take our life! Oh, strike down the blasphemies in your name, Majesty!
In my best interest.
No more.
cut you with her name. For the absolute! I fear neither shadow nor death.
Heading there.
Death is but a word away, in striking distance.
You will die. The Absolute wills it so.
No time to waste.
Have to keep going.
their chances.
Found and taken.
Wretched little things. But no matter, Majesty, they are already dead, and soon forgotten.
You notice something odd on the fallen soldier. A faint glow about the face, like an aura fast fading. You can feel the power it held. Weak, but still divine. These soldiers were protected from the shadows by a blessing of Selûne.
All dead, Majesty. It is time for us to move on. Because their gods are weaker. None compare to the... They will hurry, Majesty.
Let's move.
Spell and sword alike were used to ravage this battlefield.
Imagine the glorious din of it all. The streaming banners, the charging knights, the piles of severed limbs and heads.
I'd rather not. It's all the same to you.
Majesty. But they won't stop us. They can't stop us!
You look twitchy, Stone Skin. Afraid of the dark?
In this place, only a fool wouldn't be.
Return to the light. Do not stray. The shadows are darkest here, hungriest here.
I want it back! Want it back!
Do not stray from the light, no matter what they promise you.
There's the tower now, big lad. Your breech is still clean.
My blade is, but that can change. Just keep talking.
They will be silent.
Moonrise Tower at last.
Your sanctuary.
We're close. I can feel it. The Absolute. Its power is strong here.
New meat drider.
Oh, the Queen said them. Her Majesty's flesh grows full and glorious.
Move.
His thoughts seek yours, searching, grasping. Your parasite squirms in recognition.
Disciple Sorrel's in the Great Hall. She'll be wanting to see you. Rest of you, head on in.
The others will go in, but I will go up. My Queen summons me to her chapel, to be in her presence. I hear you, sweet Majesty. I am coming. My Queen.
Not to diminish our efforts, but it was rather simple getting here in the end, wasn't it?
The obstacles ahead of us promise to be higher still, which will make the pleasure of overcoming them all the more potent.
We are favored.
Barely alive by most standards.
The
In her name.
I itch to draw my weapon and go.
Plenty of supplies if you're running.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover
Another
the secret of the Absolute.
The Disciple wants to see you. Through the main doors.
Your family will answer. Eventually.
We did as we was told, General. Followed every order.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
Us? No, it was Minthara. She got the orders. She...
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
You failed to retrieve the artifact. You failed to protect your true soul. You do not deserve to live.
Mercy, General! Please!
General Thorm?
Let our newest arrival speak. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True Soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
See? What'd I tell ya? Praise the Absolute.
Faith without action is anemic, sickly, in a word, useless. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again. Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. You have far more important matters to attend to. Or have you forgotten?
Of course not, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. Do. Have fun. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake!
Now come. I'd like to know more about this Sorrel. The seat of the Absolute's power. Occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn more about his power.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Realm?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. A pool of warmth spreads through your mind as she settles on the memory of you commanding the goblins to die.
Oh, I like you. That was inventive and efficient. Plenty. But I hoped someone of your talents would be more ambitious. You came here to answer the Absolute's call. Let's see what you're made of.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith. There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should, to be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. Why not? What's the point in power if you don't get to have a little fun every now and again? She gave me the power to cut the thread of life with a thought. But I can caress as well as cut. That's why you should stay on my good side. And the best way to do that is to serve General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, Disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home. It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know. Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters. The shadows around the mausoleum. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry.
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the...
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
You hear her word. That has but above. You will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires...
Her words are diplomatic, but her face betrays her true feelings. Utter contempt. For you and all you...
Disciples' Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
Your tadpole grasps at nothing, but you've spent too long reading people not to...
As you see, true soul.
The tower. So why are you here instead of out there?
Disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'Zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Quite similar to the boy's slate from the creche. The tissue are enciphered, but I see the pattern. It's another story about Orpheus. I'll translate then. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon of Velaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself, and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki. Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith I would preside as Queen of the Githyanki. The Velaman remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves. Anything more?
This Gith slate looks like the other. Another story about the Githyanki prince? I spy with my little eye? Nothing of note, really.
What's that?
No time to waste.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Gone with the weave.
Let's end this. Time to deal some punishment.
More than prepared.
will do the trick.
Which way to the nearest library?
Still breathing, despite everything.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Nethery's magic. So where did that magic...
A goblet filled with the mutilated corpses of illithid parasites. Whatever ungodly experiments were performed on them likely killed them. Carved into the bench's rotten surface is some kind of ritual circle, its sigils half faded. Darkness and decay hangs in the air around it.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that. I've seen such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so... tainted. Well, it wasn't in his published archives, it was merely a sketch. He invoked Mistra's guidance on how to complete it. It's quite a fascinating design, though the version created here is a strange corruption of the Weave Pasha's original intent. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements... Yes, I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern, and with a slight modification of the casting gesture, it might be able to wield the shadows instead of repelling them. Though, Mistra's eyes may be upon me. She'd forbid me dabbling with such magic. She'd want it destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Forget what Mistra wants. Think about yourself, and what Lady Shah's power could do for you, Gale. Make the lantern.
Broken moon lantern catches your eye, its glow now snuffed out. To all appearances, the dust seems quite ordinary. You see no burner or wick. It was... Broken moon lamp.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
This is the seat of the Absolute's power. Whatever the heart is, it's connected to this place somehow. I must find out. The very same. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. And he tried. Mistril. As Karsus, too late, the god, it was the end of me. As the child who would be an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. Quite so. Now's tried Gale's folly, one might call it. History. Repetition.
The Circle's power remains. To be used or destroyed.
Some room.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
The Circle's power remains. To be used.
Salutations.
The Circle's power remains.
No one back home will ever believe this.
If Mistra were here, I don't think she'd be best pleased with me for doing that. She was always rather fond of pixies. Still, I'm sensing no signs of any divine retribution incoming. Not quite sure what to make of that. A valid and most astutely observed point. So long as I have her mission ahead of me, I suspect she'll not want to distract me with any undue moralizing. It may not be the most savory kind of magic, but it will taste sweet enough if it brings us to the heart of the Absolute in one piece. We're up against the greatest threat Faerun has ever faced. Whatever advantage I can gain for him, now come.
At the ready.
Never a dull moment.
Patched up, pushing on.